If you've been in business for many years, you may have noticed something about what is thought of as the right way to work. We keep hearing about the hustle economy. Along with that is the thought that it's a good idea for us to work 60, 70, or even 80 hours a week. Elon Musk thinks sleep is a waste of time, and that if you really want to be successful, you have to work at the expense of everything else in your life. This type of belief is not only dangerous to your health, it's also dangerous to your business. Hi, I'm Josh Patrick, the founder of the Sustainable Business, and today we're going to talk about hustle and grit, whether it's really a good idea or not. Now, there are times where you will have to work stupidly ridiculous hours. You might have a deadline coming up, or you're about to launch something new that'll take tons of time and tons of effort. At the same time, this should be an anomaly. It shouldn't be how your work goes every day, week, month, and before you know it, years. Before about 15 years ago, I came down with a very, very serious case of cancer. And up until that point, I probably worked 60, 70, 80 hours a week. I was part of one of those people who believed that working tons of hours was what you had to do to be successful in your business. Well, after I got cancer, I basically was out of the game for about 3 years. I had to learn how that 2, 3, 4, maybe 10 hours in a week would get me enough to keep the business running, keep going without it going out of business. So I had to learn different skills. And the skills I had to learn wasn't about how many hours I could work or how much effort I could put in. It was about how to make that effort as efficient and as effective as I possibly could make it. I had to learn how to do things in a limited amount of time. So when I came out of cancer world and I went back to being relatively normal, I sat there and I'd already learned all these great skills about how to become more effective and more efficient. And it became less important for me to work 60, 70, 8 hours a week. I still work 40 or 50 hours a week. I love the work I do. I love the way I work, and I love what I do and how I do it. But I'm not spending an incredibly amount of time getting less and less and less productivity as I work more and more and more. So as a business owner, there are choices you make. One of the bigger ones is how hard and how long you plan to work under normal circumstances. If you're working 50 hours or more a week on a regular basis, you'll find that eventually your energy wanes and you might even start to resent how many hours you have to work. And this is why. You see your employees going home at 4 or 5, and yet here you are still working at 7 o'clock. You miss dinners with your family, vacations, and even find yourself becoming a bit one-dimensional in how you live. This could be a choice. There is nothing wrong with it. If not, and it's not your choice, it's time for you to start thinking about some changes you should make. The real problem is you might think you're hustling, but you're just burning yourself out and not being very effective or efficient in your work. Research shows that if you're working over 50 hours a week, your productivity and effectiveness plunge. So if this is what you do, why do it? Why continue working this hard? I get it. You have way too much to do, and there just aren't enough hours in the day. I've been there, and from time to time, I'm still there. So if this sounds like you, here are some simple things you can do to make your life less hectic. Number one, take a look at all the things you do on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. You might even want to track this on a calendar for a week or two to see how much time you're spending on things that are actually moving the needle for you in your life and your business. Number two, figure out the things that you and only you can do. This is called your unique ability. Dan Sullivan came up with this term, and I think it's really true. You want to be staying as much as possible in your unique ability area. When you do this, you're going to find you don't need to work 60, 70, 8 hours a week, maybe 40, usually 20 hours, and the other 20 or 30 hours you're there are just pickup things. If you're in your unique ability for 20 hours a week, you're going to be just crushing it in your business. There's no question about this. And number three, Find ways to delegate to others all the other activities that are not your unique ability. So here's what you do. As you're writing down the task list of all the things that you've been doing for the last 2 or 3 weeks, just circle the things that are unique abilities. Find a way for other people in your company, whether you hire part-time people or full-time people, whether there's somebody sitting next to you or a virtual assistant across the world, to take all these other activities on. You'd be amazed at how affordable this is to do. So I don't want you to wake up one day feeling totally burned out. Why don't you start by having a conversation with us about how you can manage your activities and energy effectively? I would love to have a conversation with you about that very topic. So feel free contacting me at jpatrick@stage2planning.com to set up a time to talk. And in the meantime, if you're not ready to talk, download our free ebook on relationship and roles in your business. It'll help you think about what you should be doing in your business and how you should be spending your time. And while you're at it, scroll down and let me know what you think about using your time in a way that serves you instead of the other way around. Hey, this is Josh Patrick. You're at The Sustainable Business. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I hope to see you back here really soon.